5-time Formula One World Drivers Champion, 4-time Formula One Constructors Champion, 5-time Formula One Constructors Runners-up. All this is in just 17 years, being part of the charade called F1. Red Bull has been able to become one of the most successful teams in Formula One without having any prior experience with car manufacturing. It's fascinating to see how this professionally run organization made a mark for itself not just in the world of motorsport but in the overall world of sports. Let's take a look at the journey of this company in Formula One. We are all familiar with the Red Bull brand. It's an energy drink company who, over the years, have become synonymous with extreme sports. And that has been their marketing strategy since the beginning. Red Bull owns just one product which was not even needed at the time they started, and therefore, they had to create their own customer segment. The idea seems to have come directly from the founder, Dietrich Mateschitz, who was passionate about aircrafts. Red Bull initially focused on sponsoring extreme sports or athletes from cliff diving to BMXing, skiing, flying and skateboarding. But soon the strategy went beyond sponsorship to organizing events and eventually owning sports teams. And that's how they got to where they are now, even in the pinnacle of motorsports, F1. They started in F1 with a driver sponsorship with Austrian, Gerhard Berger in 1989. He became the very first athlete ever to be sponsored by the company. There's an insightful story about how this partnership was forged. You can find it on Red Bull's website. I'll provide the link in the description box for you to read. Post this sponsorship, the company partnered with the Swiss F1 team, Sauber, as their title sponsor in 1995. This deal continued to the very day till Red Bull purchased its own F1 team in 2004 and gave us the glimpse of modern-day championship-winning Red Bull racing livery. History is clear on how Red Bull became the champion of F1 after purchasing Jaguar Racing, owned by Ford Motors, in 2004. The origins of the team dates back to 1997 when Jackie Stewart, a 3-time F1 world champion, set up Stewart Grand Prix with his son Paul. The team was later sold to Ford Motors in 1999 to become Jaguar Racing. After the first few seasons in F1, Red Bull rose to prominence in 2010 with German driver Sebastian Vettel. Their partnership with Renault as engine supplier saw them winning 4 back-to-back World Drivers and Constructors' Championship till 2013. It was world dominance with Vettel, who lapped up countless records, right from most wins in a season to youngest Formula One World Drivers Champion. But all this changed in 2014 with the arrival of revised engine formula. Another dominance came in the form of Lewis Hamilton with Mercedes. Red Bull slumped to 4th place in 2015 but again hit a jackpot with their junior program. There was a new kid in town, Max Verstappen. He was a prodigy and showed his talent by winning his first ever Grand Prix with Red Bull Racing. By doing so, he displaced Sebastian Vettel as the youngest driver ever to win a Formula One Grand Prix at the age of 18 years and 228 days. Consequently, it was Verstappen only who gave Red Bull their 5th Formula One World Drivers' Championship in 2021. With this, it kind of becomes customary to talk about their junior driver program, which has produced numerous F1 drivers over the years. It was set up in 2001, well before Red Bull owned an F1 team to unearth future racing stars, and that's what it did. Till date it has produced 5 Formula One race winners in Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo, Max Verstappen, Pierre Gasly and Carlos Sainz. 2 of them went on to win the World Championship as well. Christian Klein was the first Red Bull Junior to race in F1 in 2004. In 2022, there were 11 full-time Red Bull Junior team drivers before Yuri Vips was fired for his racial remarks during a live streaming event. Our very own, Jehan Daruwala, is also part of the team and is currently competing in Formula 2. Helmut Marko, a former Austrian professional racing driver, is the head of Red Bull's driver development program. To aid the graduation of these drivers to F1, Red Bull purchased a second Formula One team in 2006. It's currently known as Scuderia AlphaTauri. Red Bull functions under Austrian license and calls the Red Bull Ring as their home track in Spielberg, Styria. In 2022, after the exit of their engine supplier Honda, they formed Red Bull Powertrains and is now an official supplier of Formula One power units. This, in a way, culminates their journey from a sponsor to a full car manufacturer in Formula One. So, this is the story of Red Bull in the world of F1. In 2022, the team is eyeing a back-to-back World Drivers' Championship and their fifth Constructors' Championship. Do you think they can win it again this year? Do tell me in the comments. Like and share the video with other F1 enthusiasts. Don't forget to subscribe for more such content.